What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK, and I'm a chill guy. And today, we're gonna react to GetLikeCoop on this video about Jimmy Butler. So I know there was a lot of rumors swirling around about Jimmy Butler becoming a Dallas Mavericks or a Houston Rocket. And this is why I'm interested to hear what GetLikeCoop, an outside perspective, see what he got to offer as far as Jimmy Butler in a Dallas Mavericks uniform. Because in the thumbnail, he had him in a uniform. Anyway, enough of the fluff. Let's get to the stuff. All right, again, this video says, I never saw this coming for Jimmy Butler. And then the thumbnail, he got Jimmy Butler in a Mavericks uniform. You already know, if you're a Mavericks fan, you heard some of these rumors. I just want to hear an outsider's perspective to Jimmy Butler potentially being a Maverick, if that is where he's going. You wouldn't have put him in a Mavericks uniform in the thumbnail if this wasn't the case. So enough of the fluff. Let's get to the stuff.
What happens next with Jimmy Butler will determine the rest of his NBA career. For years now, Jimmy Butler's name has been synonymous with the Miami Heat. In a league where there are awkward fits and superstars are constantly changing teams, Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat have both been incredibly loyal to each other. But with them being the perfect match for each other, what else would you expect? This perfect match has resulted in plenty of highs. Since Jimmy has come to Miami, you've had to take the Miami Heat seriously, no matter how mediocre that they might look. Since Jimmy has come to Miami, they've made 2 NBA Finals appearances, and we're just 1 win away from a third in 2022.
Which is pretty remarkable considering the team that was around Jimmy Butler. Like they shouldn't have gone as far as they went, and they went pretty far. And it was pretty impressive considering everything. The 2020 bubble NBA Finals appearance, and then a couple of years ago when Nikola had his easy championship. Like it has been remarkable how they've been able to get to some of these finals and then almost go to the third one. So yes, salute to Jimmy Butler. The man's a legend. It is what it is. You cannot say he's not. You can't. His entire journey, you cannot say anything negative about it other than, oh, he never won one. It is what it is.
However, we still can't ignore this team's setbacks. They lost in the first round in 2021 and 2024, and they've been fighting for their lives the past couple of seasons just to make the playoffs. And now, to top it all off, Pat Riley and the Miami Heat are being forced to make a decision on Jimmy Butler that could change the entire future of this franchise. But first, if you want the chance to 1,000 times your money while playing daily fantasy.
Now let's go ahead and skip past the gambling stuff, because I don't do the gambling stuff here unless you want my links, but you know.
The Miami Heat completely up in the air. It was marginally surprising to see Jimmy Butler not get extended this summer, as he's been somebody that has absolutely embodied Heat culture.
I just noticed Derrick Jones was on one of the finals teams that went to the NBA Finals. That's pretty cool. You see Derrick Jones right there? Derrick Jones has been to 2 NBA Finals now in the last couple of seasons. Dang. He ain't going to be to another one for a long time unless he comes back to the Mavericks, but you know.
In the past. However, the Miami Heat currently proceeding with caution when it comes to Jimmy Butler makes a lot of sense, because the Jimmy Butler that they have right now is not the same one that arrived in Miami in 2019. Jimmy Butler has been the ultimate gamer in Miami. The higher that the stakes have been, the better that Jimmy Butler has performed. But this ultimate gamer that I'm speaking of now has a whole lot of miles on their tires. In the words of Miami Heat legend Dwayne Wade, the miles are adding up. Some people decide to ride until the wheels fall off. And then there are others who like to get ahead of the game and make that swap before said tires start to cause them any problems. And this swap that I'm referencing is something that I could definitely see the Miami Heat doing in this situation. Yeah. But of course, I'm not talking about the Miami Heat changing any tires. I'm talking about them trading Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is 30.
Wait, what was that about? Hold on.
But of course, I'm not talking.
Like, why did Robinson push Jimmy Butler like
about
that?
The Miami Heat
I never seen
changing any tires.
Hold on.
I'm talking about them trading Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is 35 years old. And he hasn't played in at least 65
years.
games in a season since the 2016-2017 season when he was still on the Chicago Bulls. And last year, an MCL injury caused him to miss Miami's entire first-round series against the Celtics. Butler said that if he were healthy, that the Celtics and Knicks would have been at home after playing them. But as Kanye West said, I guess we'll never know. But what we do know is that Butler saying this would make
that was pretty funny. Good stuff, GetLikeCoop. Good stuff.
Pat Riley furious. Addressing those comments from May, Pat would say, I thought, is that Jimmy trolling or is that Jimmy serious? If you're not on the court playing against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut in your criticism of those teams.
Look, I understand Pat Riley is who Pat Riley is, but that is crazy. That is crazy.
And when it came to that potential extension that we've been talking so much about, Pat wouldn't hold back either, saying that it would be a big decision on our part to commit those kinds of resources unless you're somebody who's really going to be there, available every single night.
Read the tea leaves, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Pat Riley is saying a lot without saying a lot. It's pretty basic and pretty simple to understand.
This could have all just been some tough love from Pat Riley, but I did find the timing of his comments very interesting. Fast forward to the present, and I feel like it's really hard to not put any weight into those comments. 24-year-old Tyler Hero has just taken another step forward and is leading the team in scoring, averaging 24 points per game.
Yeah. Remember when they said Tyler Hero was like the next Luka or the next Jason Tatum, or they said he was in the same vein of a Luka and a Tatum or the Trae Young? I got just a sound effect for that. Right here.
Stop it. Get some help.
Right,
Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler has already missed 5 games, while the Miami Heat are in the middle of the pack record-wise. So I'm sure that you guys can see where I'm going with this. Understandably, the door is open for the possibility of Jimmy leaving Miami in the near future, either on his own or as a part of a trade package. And this is something that other teams are in fact aware of. The Warriors, who wanted to trade for both Paul George and Lauri Markkanen this offseason because of their desperation to get Curry some help, have been monitoring the Jimmy Butler situation. But Golden State isn't the only team that has had their eyes on Jimmy Butler. According to reports within league circles, there's been quiet discourse about whether the Houston Rockets or Dallas Mavericks will eventually land Butler, a Texas native, should he and Miami decide to part ways. For now, however, the Rockets are among the top teams with a young core, and the Mavericks remain a contender in the tightly competitive Western Conference. It's also worth noting executives who've checked in on Butler got the impression that Miami wants to figure out their star's future after the season.
Why did he read that so slow? Like, Coop, come on. Our attention spans are so fast right now. Let's go. No, all jokes aside. No, I when I saw that report, I thought, like, why would the Mavericks be in these sweepstakes or even involved in this? Like, are you trading Gafford and Maxey and all your future picks and all your young assets to make this deal done? You're gonna have to include Clay in this. So I just don't see this even being a thing for the Mavericks. And honestly, I don't want a 35-year-old next to Luka Doncic. No. Not at that price point at $48 million a year. No.
In my opinion, them saying that they want to figure out Butler's situation after this season is just their way of not letting this create a distraction during this season.
Yeah, they're also trying to downplay it. So then if they do want to trade him this season, they can. Yeah, and I know what Miami's up to.
Now, for those teams who are interested in Jimmy, I'm not usually super high on teams adding players 34 or older that are high profile and who have had injury issues like a Paul George, but if the price was right, why not? If you're a contender and you don't have to give up the farm, I think that you should go for it. At worst, Jimmy ends up being a rental that could get you over the hump. Pat Riley is typically a shrewd businessman who admittedly doesn't like trading players, but I still think that Jimmy could be relatively cheap to acquire if Riley really is out on Butler, and given that Butler completely controls what happens with himself in the offseason. I can't lie, I kind of want to see Jimmy Butler get traded just to see the chaos that follows. You guys can't tell me that Jimmy getting traded to the Rockets wouldn't be sick.
That one makes a lot more sense. I don't know what their financials look like, but Jimmy going to Houston, I mean, he's more of I forget where he was born. I think he was born closer to Houston, if anything. That makes the most sense to me. If he is going to go somewhere, the Rockets are always looking for old stars. You know,
the Rockets are loaded with young talent, are currently fighting for the 1 seed in the Western Conference, and Jimmy is exactly the type of player that Udoka would love. If he's doing what he's doing in Houston with Dylan Brooks being one of the heads to his snake, then I want to see what he would do with a Jimmy Butler. I can already see some of the comments that I'm going to be getting right now, and look, I know that it may seem like Jimmy doesn't have a lot of love for Houston, but he still has a lot of love for Tomball, Texas, the city that built him.
Ah, Tomball, Texas. Where the hell is Tomball, Texas? Hold on, let me look this up. See, you learn something new every day, ladies and gentlemen. I did not know Jimmy Butler was from Tomball, Texas. So this is Houston. All right, that's Houston, Texas. You scroll up here. This is Tomball, Texas. What? This is where Jimmy Butler was from? I had absolutely no clue. No clue. I mean, like when I go, all right, I'm not even gonna lie. Like when I go to Houston, I don't really like going to Houston. Let's see what they got. They got Chick-fil-A. They got all the good stuff, all the normal stuff. It's a small little town outside. But it's not even like really outside of Houston. Like it still feels like it's Houston proper. You know, Houston's such a weird city to me. But what's this? Oh, it's a college. Okay, cool. What's this over here? Tomball High School. Okay, nice little area, man. Nice look at this. Look at this nice residential areas. That's nice. That's cool. Okay. Tomball, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. I had no clue that's where Jimmy Butler was from. All right, so we learned about where Jimmy Butler was from. Look at that. I learned something new. Let's keep it going.
And that city is only a drive away from the Toyota Center.
Why did I pull up Google if it was going to show it for me? Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't have to do all that.
To be fair, it's also only a drive away from the American Airlines Center 2, but that drive is a little bit longer. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. Could you guys see Jimmy Butler teaming up with Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving in Dallas? Could you guys see Jimmy Butler heading back home to the Houston area and teaming up with Jalen Green and Alperen Şengün? Or could you guys see Jimmy Butler heading to Cali and teaming up with Steph Curry and Draymond Green and showing us that these old men still got it? I really hope you guys love that meme as much as I do. Anyways, guys, there's some more going on in the back.
All right, so as far as who I can see him being with, honestly, don't even see him leaving. I think he's gonna stay in Miami. I don't think Houston's gonna want to gut their future and their youth movement and being competitive with that youth movement. I don't think they're Jimmy Butler away from winning anything, and I think Jimmy Butler is to the point where he is a bit old, man. He is a bit old, and there's no point to be having to rely on an older star like that. So, yeah, definitely not for the Mavericks. I'm good. They cost too much. If it was like 20 million, then we talking. But 48, it's too much. Mucho dinero. I don't want it, you know?
What is this for?
Hey, my bad, bro. That's what I said. Anyway, man, it's been your boy TGK. If y'all enjoyed that video, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Should Jimmy come to Dallas? Should Jimmy go to Houston? I don't know. You a Mavs fan. You tell me too, man. It's not just my opinion. It matters. Again, leave a comment, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a member. It's been your boy TGK. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. We are